deal, but he knows in the back of his mind he needs to be switched on, focused and ready for tomorrow night. It's a big job he's got.
Have you followed much of the build-up? I mean, I don't know if you saw the news conference on Monday. We had a face-off there.
Yeah, I saw that.
David is getting under.
I think he has. I think he's showing my game because a lot of it is 90% in the head. If all else is equal in terms of fitness, ability, strength, and done the work, the rest of it is mind games. And if David can get inside Vladimir's head, which I think he has, he's won round one because he's going to take Vladimir out of his stride and out of his game plan, hopefully. He can go the other way and he can make Vladimir train even harder and get in there with that extra venom and be fitter and stronger. But if you can get inside his head and take him out of his game plan and make him do stuff he doesn't usually do, he'll make a mistake, and that's what David's looking for, because if Dave can catch him making a mistake, he might just get him out of there early.
The Haymaker camp, Adam Booth, they made a complaint about this Gennaro Rodriguez, who's the referee, that the Klitschkos have proposed for the fight. It looks like he will officiate. Would you have done the same?
Yeah, probably. I mean, we always have a look at judges. It doesn't always work in your favour. We opposed the Japanese judge in my last fight. He ended up judging, but he was told, look, be vigilant, be fair, make sure your scoring's accurate. But he knows then that we're having a bit of a go. And then he went against us and he gave my last fight a draw, which was ridiculous because the other two judges gave it a landslide in my favour. So I think a bit of human nature kicks in. You think, if you tell him to not do this correct, or what's your problem? And that kicks in. He can go against you. But the referee's been told to be fair. He's the ref. He's the third man in the ring. So he's got to do a good job.
He needs to break them up above everything else from Haye's perspective, doesn't he? That's the big issue.
The important thing is that I'm sure David's not been involved in that. It's Adam Booth's job and his management team's job. And David probably wouldn't have even got involved in that, or the rules meeting, or anything in terms of for the fight. He'll be concentrating on just making sure he's got his weight right. I know he's not got to weigh in, but he'll still be doing weight because he'll have an optimal weight where he performs at his best. And the rules, the gloves, there could be a problem with the gloves. You can't wear this brand, or we're not sure they're sealed. All that stuff backstage and prior to the fight, he doesn't need to get involved in, David. He just needs to be concentrating on what his job is tomorrow night and relaxing, which I'm sure he's doing. He's a professional.
I know. We have weight categories for a reason. The rumour is that David Haye is going to be 15 stone, potentially under 15 stone. I know Roy Jones Jr. kind of outfoxed John Ruiz. I know David was able to do kind of the same thing with Nikolai Valuev, but against an athletic, fit heavyweight who weighs 17 stone plus, is that any kind of concern for you at all if he's that light?
It's not a concern, because if David, say he came in at 16 and a half stone, he'd be sluggish at that weight because that's not his natural weight. It's important that he's at his fittest weight. At 15 stone, you are giving away a 2.5 stone advantage. So, Klitschko's got a height and a weight advantage. And it is an advantage no matter how you look at it. But David's got the speed. And speed in boxing is a key factor in success, or can be in success. Roy Jones Jr. dominated with his speed for years and years. And, David's very fast and very skillful, and that could be the deciding factor early on in the fight for getting inside Klitschko's range and landing a couple of big shots. He's a big puncher, David. If he can get inside and land his fast, heavy shots, that could be fight over, could be over. I predicted within 6 rounds for Haye, and that's how he would have to do it, use his speed. But I don't think weight's a big factor because he punches so hard, but it is a big disadvantage to be so. I wouldn't want to be 3 stone lighter and 3 or 4 inches smaller than my opponent. I really wouldn't. But then it's about applying the right tactics. But he'll have it right.
Okay. Lennox Lewis, who's just signing a few autographs just behind us there, says David has to knock him out. There's no scenario really where he can win on points. Well, that's to do with the judging over here, that's because Klitschko's busy. Do you agree with that?
Well, there's the old scenario. We're in Germany, and everyone who follows boxing knows. They say you've got to knock them out to get a draw, which is ridiculous, but that's how bad they say the scoring is. Now, I think in a high-profile fight of such magnitude, where there's 2 world titles on the line, there's a lot of pressure on the governing bodies, there's a lot of pressure on the officiating, so if David does win on points, clearly he will get the decision. If it's close and you can't split them, the nod will probably go to Klitschko and he'll get the decision. But I really don't think David is looking at leaving it to the judges. The way he's talking, the way he's been training, and I think his game plan, his tactics, early on might not be, round 1 or 2 he might be having a look, but then I think once he starts getting in range, starts letting his shots go, he's not going to be relying on the judges.
Okay, thank you very much, Carl. Good to talk to you. Carl's sticking around with us here, but in the next hour we will be hearing from the man himself, Lennox Lewis, the former undisputed champion of the world. He'll be giving us his thoughts running up to this weigh-in.
Craig, thanks very much. Back to you.